So, yes, please. This is an interactive one. What do you think, Saranagati, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Also, dear devotees, I posted those questions ahead of time. And in the interactive session, we will not be able to move forward if we don't hear anything from you. Please go ahead.
So, Mataji, I didn't mean I want to talk, but I just
Now you have to, Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Okay, Mataji. So let me share my thoughts on Sharanagati. That word itself, like, keep hearing from probably from last 15 years or so in my life. But I learned a bit of it during 2021 November Japa sessions. That was the first time I at least heard from you, Mataji, in those Japa sessions. What is Sharanagati? The qualities inside it, Dainya Bhava. So that is when I got the attention. Oh, this is Sharanagati is not just one word, it's a huge ocean. So I'm still in the mode of understanding or listening about it. Nothing.
Yeah, if you have to say in one sentence, what is Sharanagati? What does it mean to you? What is your understanding?
My understanding, completely surrendering materially and mentally, and like in all the ways, connecting yourself and surrendering to the lordships. That's what I mean.
Thank you, Prabhu. So you said surrendering materially and materially, spiritually, in all ways to the lordships. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else, dear devotees? What do you think Sharanagati means?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sharanagati, though I earlier knew only the literal meaning, that is surrendering, but now I understand what I understand. I'm not sure whether it's right or not. It's a journey for me. It's a process for me, and it is the ultimate goal for me, wherein I'll be able to completely surrender unto Krishna. And so it's an ongoing journey process as well as the final goal for me.
Thank you. Journey, an ongoing journey and process for me, so I can completely surrender to Krishna Sangha. Thank you, Mataji. Ongoing journey and process. Yeah. And anybody else? In one sentence, what is your
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Till now, I was understanding or thinking that Sharanagati is a name of a bhajan. That's what till now I understood it. But while listening to you, my thinking is changing. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Anybody else? Did you do it?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I heard Hare Krishna from Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams from Mataji. So, Hare Krishna, please continue, Prabhu, since I've heard Hare Krishna first, and then Mataji will go ahead. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams to you, pranams to everyone. So for me, Saranagati is like thinking about the Lord and completely dependent on Him without any duplicity.
Thinking about the Lord, completely dependent on Him without duplicity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bindu Mataji, please go ahead.
Pranams Mataji.
Pranams Bindu Mataji. Yeah, after Bindu Mataji, Annapayani Mataji. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, Mataji. Okay. In తర్వాత మాట్లాడమంటారా?
No, go ahead. Yeah, Bindu Mataji, please.
శరణాగతి అంటే మన ఫ్రీడమ్ ఇచ్చారు కదా కృష్ణుడు. ఆ ఇండిపెండెన్స్ ని మనం కృష్ణుడికి ఇచ్చేస్తే అది శరణాగతి అనుకుంటాను.
So Bindu Mataji is saying Sharanagati means whatever minute independence that is given to us, if we give it back to Krishna, that is Sharanagati. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. And I think Annapayani, Mataji, please go ahead. If I am not asking in a sequential manner, please excuse me. I'm not sure where the sound is coming from. Just picking up. Yes, Annapayani, Mataji, please go ahead.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ, దండవత్ ప్రణామం.
Pranams to you.
మాతాజీ, శరణాగతి అంటే మనము మెటీరియల్ థింగ్స్ కి అన్అటాచ్మెంట్ ఉంటూ మన బాడీ, మైండ్, సోల్ అంతా భగవంతుడికి పట్ల మనము డిపెండెంట్ అయ్యి అంటే మనం ఒక డిసిప్లైన్ లైఫ్, స్పిరిచువల్ లైఫ్ లో ఉంటూ, అంటే మనం చాంటింగ్ రెగ్యులర్ గా ఒక డిసిప్లైన్ లైఫ్, దట్ ఈస్ శరణాగతి అని నేను అనుకుంటున్నాను.
Right. So Mataji is saying while we are being materially responsible and spiritually dependent is something is Sharanagati. Yeah. And Pranavita Prabhu raised the hand.
Mataji, just want to add, మన గురుజన ఉన్నారు కదా మాతాజీ, సిక్స్ గోస్వామీస్ కానీ, సో ఐ థింక్ how they lived life, so that's Sharanagati for me. And listening and doing bhajans of those Sharanagata bhaktas, that can help me in my life. Though we cannot directly copy them, it is way higher.
Understanding. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. About bhajans. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah. And we'll take one more reflection. Okay, two more, and we'll try to be short. That way, under matladanakuntundi, because this is a sequence, kada series vastuntayi question and answers. So, oka sentence. Go ahead, please. Yeah. Madhumati
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Madhu.
Hare Krishna, Madhumati.
మాతాజీ, శరణాగతి అంటే నాకు ఏమీ లేవు, నాకు ఏది దారి తెలియదు, కృష్ణ నువ్వే నాకు దారి అని మనసా వాచ కృష్ణుని పైన మన ఆధారణ శరణాగతి అని.
So I have no other way.
మోక్షం.
So I have no other way, Krishna. I am totally dependent on you. That is Sharanagati. That's Madhumati Mataji. Yeah, Swarna Gauri Mataji.
Yeah, actually, it is the process, Mataji, but what I feel is totally surrendering on to Krishna and thinking that I'm servant of Krishna. So it is the beginning of the bhakti, surrendering. So
Beginning of the surrendering. Yeah, it's a process. Thank you, Mataji. And please remember, dear devotees, none of these questions are right or wrong. Yeah? Yes, thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Actually,
Mataji.
none of these questions are wrong, actually. Not right or wrong. None of these answers are wrong. Yeah. And
Hare
Vaman.
Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. And then Jaganivasini Mataji. Hand raised chesaru. Cheppandi. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Prabhu.
Sharanagati is unconditional surrender to the Lord. That's the goal as well as the means.
The means and the goal. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Great.
And yeah. Jaganivasini Mataji, we understand. What is your understanding?
Hare Krishna Mataji. My pranams to you, Mataji. Sharanagati means Sharana Agati. We are taking shelter and we are surrendering onto Krishna. There is no other way to reach Krishna without Sharanagati. Period, Mataji. If any mistakes, please.
You have put me on the spot now to move on to the next actual definition. You have paved the bridge now. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. So, dear devotees, as we have just said, there's no wrong answer here. All of them are right. Sharana Agati. Sharana, shelter. Agati. I am coming to you. Oh my Lord, I am coming to you for your shelter. Sharana Agati. Agati. Coming to for Sharana. That's Sharanagati. Yeah. And the coming is a process, right? I'm coming to you, my Lord, is a process, right? Waking up, looking up at the Lord. Oh, is that so? This is the only way. This is bhakti, going towards the Lord for the shelter. So yes, this is a process. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, he describes in Madhurya Kadam. The process, Sharanagati, okay, Sharanagati is a process, right? Here, Sharana Agati. Did we do Sharanagati so far? Did that happen to us?
Not for me, Mataji.
Okay, not for you. Anybody else, dear devotees?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, from Hariveni Prabhu. Yeah.
Yes, yes, Mataji, because I have started the process.
Yes,
Yeah.
Purnatara Mataji. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Sharanagati, the process has started because it's the process. When Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna, Abhyasa yogena tadama vichaptum dhananjaya. If you don't have spontaneous attraction for me, then Abhyasa yogena tada mam ichaptum dhananjaya. Oh Arjuna, with Abhyasa. Abhyasa means something that we do every day, daily. Abhyasa yogena tada mam ichaptum dhananjaya. Oh Dhananjaya, oh Arjuna, as a practice every day, you cultivate, you do the sadhana for mam ichaptum, to obtain me. Right? So that is sadhana bhakti. Once we took diksha, it means we have committed. We are saying, okay, Govinda, now I am taking Sharanagati of you. Right? So we have started. Sharanagati has started. For all those who have taken diksha, Sharanagati has started. Isn't that a big relief? Our process has already started because we called out to Govinda and said, Sharanagati, I am committed. Now, I want to come back to you, my Lord. And we took Diksha. So Sharanagati started. Then what happened? Until before Diksha, what was it? It was accumulating all that piety. When the piety builds up so much, one cannot stop but want to take shelter. That naturally happens. And it should happen naturally. It shouldn't be a forceful one. Let the piety be built up. Let the inspiration come from within, that they cannot wait but to take shelter. Okay? So that when the piety builds up, then the desire for Sharanagati arises. And if you can please mute somewhere. Yeah, thank you. So that's how all of us, Sharanagati, our journey has started. So initially, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura says, Sharanagati, in this process, initially the process is the Sharanagati is for the bhakti process, to the process. And gradually as the purification happens, then the Sharanagati to the person, to Guru and Krishna, that will happen. Yes, we have taken Diksha. Yes, Gurudev has given us Diksha. That has happened. But we don't have that natural submission. The submission word is also, submission and surrender. They're more of They are not really hearty. They are kind of forceful. But in any case, so since there is no natural wanting to serve, that mamata, natural wanting to serve, and mamata is not there yet in the beginning, and it's very natural. We don't have to feel guilty. We don't have to feel sorry, sad like that we don't have it in the beginning. We will, lot of us, many of us may not have it in the beginning, may not. And for some, they may have it because they have done all the work, everything needed, and they cannot wait to get Diksha yet. And when they come to that stage, then they take the Diksha yet. So for them, if they have it, okay, well and good. But even if we don't have it in the beginning, no problem. But the Sharanagati process has started. And as long as we are doing our sadhana bhakti, and as long as our Sharanagati to the process of bhakti is continuing, what does that mean? Sharanagati to the process of bhakti is whatever is favorable to bhakti, we choose. Whatever is not favorable to bhakti, we discard, right? Sharanagati has, that is bringing us to the, we will save that for later. So Sharanagati to a process of bhakti means choosing whatever is favorable to bhakti and discarding whatever is not favorable to bhakti. That's the general principle in the beginning. So please know, dear devotees, in the beginning, when we have started the journey, if we do not have this natural spiritual emotions yet, and not even spiritual emotions, if we don't feel too positive in the beginning about the process yet, and if we don't feel connected to the person, Guru or Krishna yet, it is very natural. Don't have to feel bad, sad, and guilty. As long as we are doing what is favorable to bhakti and trying to avoid whatever is not favorable to bhakti, the purification will happen. Gradually over a period of time, purification will happen. Because every day the Shravanam is happening. Every day the Namam is happening. And Seva is happening. These three are very potent. Shravanam, Harinama, and Seva are very potent. In the beginning, we may not feel anything. And in the beginning, our faith may be very shaky. We may be feeling like, what is this I am doing, but it doesn't seem to work. But they are still very potent and they are acting. That's why we are able to do it on a regular basis. Otherwise, we will not even have strength to do this Shravanam, Katha, and Seva on a regular basis, on a periodical regular basis. We will not have the strength. We will not even have the slightest desire. We will not have the inclination. None of those things will happen. Do you see outside, whoever did not take Diksha or so, are they able to do what these Diksha devotees are doing? They cannot do. Though the devotees are struggling in the beginning, and outside people, they seem to be peaceful and happy and efficient and whatever, they are not even committed yet. But here it's a big step, commitment means. Okay, so we cannot compare the apples and oranges. Somebody whose life is committed for spiritual journey versus not committed for spiritual journey, we cannot compare. It's because I think just keeping the scope, time in the mind, just stick to the topic only. So bhakti process, Sharanagati. Initially, it's just Sharanagati to the process of bhakti. So what we need to do is doing everything favorable for bhakti and avoiding anything not favorable bhakti. As much as we are doing in the initial part of it, so much we will be purified. For this, initially, we will need a lot of Sangha, Vaishnava Sangha. If we go a little far from the Vaishnava Sangha for few days, we will quickly lose the taste of bhakti. And it may not happen like abrupt loss in taste. A little bit, these thoughts will start to come. Japa, yeah, I know I have to do it, but does it have to be in the morning? I can do it later. Yeah, I know after this I will do it. And a time will come when, if we are far from the devotees, am I going to remember Krishna only if I do japa? I can remember Krishna even without doing japa too. There are so many people outside who didn't even take diksha. They're very peaceful. They are remembering Krishna. They're not doing japa. So it may not be needed. So I don't really have to do japa. So slide. It will slowly slide. Yeah, like that happens. So that is why Sangha, Sadhu Sangha is very important in the very beginning. And after that, you don't want to leave the Sadhu Sangha. That's a different thing. But up until then, our fence is the Vaishnava Sangha. Our fence is the Vaishnava Sangha. Our anchor is to the words of Shuddha Bhakta. That should continue in the beginning until we naturally feel like taking shelter of the Guru's instruction and starts developing more attraction to the Nama, to the lotus feet of the Lord. That will also come as the purification gradually happens. During this time, we want to be really patient and grateful. This is the key point. It's not going to be so easy in the beginning, but that is the truth of the matter. We have to be very grateful that the cleansing is happening, first thing. And we have to be patient also. We may not really like the way we feel, and or many things can happen, but we have to be patient and grateful. This is in the first half of Saranagati, where we have Saranagati only to the process of bhakti, but we are not so naturally connected to Guru and Krishna yet. So the points are, don't have to feel sad or guilty that we don't have that natural attraction and connection yet. Second thing, we have to be patient and grateful. Third thing is Vaishnava Sangha. Always we have to be in the Vaishnava Sangha. Otherwise, it's very easy to quickly lose ruchi, and it will be miserable actually. After that, we don't even feel that misery. That's even more dangerous. So that's the initial part of the Saranagati to the process of bhakti. Okay. And next, gradually, we will start to feel connected to our Gurujana, to our Gurudev, to Srila Prabhupada, and to the Acharyas. So whatever we have been doing so far, it's same Srila Prabhupada purpose that we are reading, and it's the same Acharya bhajans that we are hearing, and it's the same Vakya of our Gurujana in the beginning. We might feel like, I am hearing the same thing again. We might feel restless. We might feel like I don't get the whole thing yet. All that will be there. A little muddy, little faded, like that. All that will be there in the beginning. But the same thing, same words, as the process moves on, purification happens, it gets clearer. Like, when the mirror has that mist on, we will not be able to see first of all, if the mist is so thick, it's hard to make out an outline of a human being in that mist, right? We can hardly say, okay, there is something in front of the mirror. But if the mist is slowly going, then we will start to see that there is some image. And then when the mist slowly, as the whole thing slowly goes away, then we can clearly make out the image of the person and the features of the person. It is like that. This process of bhakti is like that. So we have to be patient and grateful in the beginning when it is not clear yet. It will get clear. We just have to be in the Vaishnava Sangha and hear the Bhagavata Katha from those pure devotees every day. Okay, so now this stage, this beautiful. This is also beautiful, wonderful stage. The whole bhakti process is super wonderful, beautiful. But when it gets more beautiful, then things starts getting more clear. Yeah. So then we will start to understand that bhakti is not an accomplishment. Bhakti is simply seeing the reality. What are we accomplishing when we are something that is already present? See, for example, again, the mirror thing. Or let's take this sunrise. Just before the sunrise, if it is still little misty, and there are no rays yet, and there is a tree in front of us, and we couldn't see the tree before because it's still not there's no light yet. Yeah, like that. But as the sun is slowly rising, what is happening? We start to see that there's a tree that we could not see before. Not only that, as the sun rises even more, we will see all the details of the tree. The trunk is in brown and green color hair, leaves the green hair, different shapes of the leaves hair. Yeah, like that. Bhakti is as simple as that, dear devotees. It's a purificatory process that makes us see and perceive and feel what the reality is. The reality, absolute truth is Krishna. So that's why bhakti is not really an accomplishment. It's a purification, transformation, where things can be seen more clearly, perceived more clearly, appreciated more clearly. So as that stage goes further in Sharanagati, then whatever we were hearing before, they will start to make more sense to us. And we will feel like, what? I have read the Srila Prabhupada purport, like what, years ago? And I thought it's the same thing again and again, Srila Prabhupada saying the same thing again. But wow, Prabhupada, look at the purport. You're actually talking about surrender me Sharanagati. In every para of Srila Prabhupada purport, everywhere, punchline, surrender to Lord Krishna, right? And then depend on the holy name, surrender and depend and surrender and depend. What did I hear, Srila Prabhupada? What did I understand from your purports in the past? So that kind of understanding will come for us. And when we hear the katha also, it's just we start to get more connected like that with the katha and with the seva too. Before we think like, oh, seva, yeah, do I have to, all that. But later on, we feel like, I look forward to doing it. While we are doing seva, we are connected. We are connected. When we say connected to Guru, Krishna, Vaishnavas, everything. Krishna is everywhere. We are connected to Krishna. But the whole thing is happening because of the mercy of the Guru. Yeah? So, we are connected more in the later part of the Sharanagati. And as Srila Prabhupada, when he was asked by a devotee, Srila Prabhupada, do you miss your Gurudev? Srila Prabhupada said, he is with me at all times in his instruction. So the Vani is eternal. That's how Guru Tattva is eternal. That is why Guru Tattva is Paramatma Tattva. Right? Tam Sarvabhuta Hridayam Muniman Atosmi. That is Suta Goswami offering his prayer to his Guru, Sukadev Goswami. And what is he saying? Oh, Sukadev Goswami, you are present in everybody's heart. Why is he saying that? Guru Tattva is Paramatma Tattva. Paramatma is present in everybody's heart. So that's how Guru Tattva is eternal. And the presence of our Guru is eternal through the instruction. Yeah, so that's how we are connected. That's how we are connected to Guru and Krishna at every moment. We will feel that and live that as the process moves further and gets more clear. feeling and living that connection. That happens. So that is the second stage of Sharanagati, to the person Guru, to the person Krishna. And these are the stages. Yeah, we have heard that it's a process. These are the stages. They've described about how it will be in the beginning and what we need to do in the beginning, grateful and patient, and how it's going to change gradually. It will happen to all of us. All of us. Personal journey again, the time may vary, but it will happen to all of us. We will discuss about this. We'll take the questions too. I'm thinking maybe this flow should continue. The time factor is also there in the is this clear? Whatever is said so far. Yeah, and then we will move on to the yeah, I think we are beautifully coming to the second part of Sharanagati. Okay. Any questions in regards to the first part of Sharanagati? Let's read the messages here. Okay. Any questions, please? Can you please repeat the statement that bhakti is not an accomplishment, but a transformation. Bhakti is not an accomplishment. It's a transformation. So it's not, we are not achieving anything there. We are being transformed from within. Very important. We have to understand that's what bhakti means. That is why we will slowly understand that we are not really doing it, but that's why we are doing bhakti. Bhakti is changing the heart. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam says. Kalena nati dhirkena Bhagavan vishate hridi. That should happen. That should happen. So bhakti is about transformation, not about accomplishment. Yeah, that's the one to know. Any other questions, please, regarding this process of bhakti? And then we can move on to the second half of Sharanagati. That is really beautiful.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, is it possible to give a big picture and then talk on the...
Oh, sure. Okay. No, yes, that's good. Then we'll move on to the second half.
Yeah, Mataji, but
Yes.
overall picture and then where we are discussing.
Yes. Telugulo Chappandi Mataji. Yes, thank you. Ippudu varaku we will finish it in English and then we'll do it. We'll see how it goes. So far, since you can understand English even a little bit at least, please hang in there. Telugu speaking devotees will do the Telugu things. Yeah, so that's the initial part. This is especially during the Anartha Nivritti. In the Anartha Nivritti stage, as the Anarthas goes, as much as they go, then it starts getting more clearer. And as we come towards Nishtha, Nishtha means steadiness. Yeah, that's steadiness. And how do we know that we are getting closer to Nishtha? The obstacles may be there. Yeah, during the Anartha Nivritti, then the obstacles come, external or internal. Then up and down. We may take a pause, we may try to recover and then take our own time and then bounce back again and do it like that, up and down, right? Like that, it will happen during Anartha Nivritti. And what, as we steadily do the bhakti like that, not that the obstacles will stop, not that the challenges will stop, but the devotees will plow through it with the strength that they get from the sadhana bhakti and with the inspiration and faith and blessings. They plow through it so much so that whatever obstacles are coming, they are not affected by the obstacles anymore. This is very important for us to know, dear devotees. Bhakti is not about stopping the obstacles that are, not about the stopping the obstacles from outside or from within. Bhakti is about, ardha pravritti. Bhakti is about continuing our bhajan, not so much about fixing, preventing, fixing. Okay, we might do what we need to do, but our focus and attention is like that. This is why we are emphasizing this is, we can say bhakti can wait until my problem is solved. After my physical problem is solved, after my mental problem is solved, after my family issues are solved, after my whatever issues are solved, everything, then I will do bhakti. It's not. That is not bhakti. This is all mama maya duratyaya. And you're saying you will handle this mama maya, which is duratyaya, and then come to bhakti? Formula is reversed. No, that's not the case. Bhakti will happen. Sadhana will happen. And whatever this mama maya is there, that may try to obstruct us in between. But as we continue to, it will lose its force as we increase. As our strength from within with the bhakti increases, this strength of obstacles will lose their strength. This is what happens from anartha nivritti to nishtha. It is not like, okay, the obstacles will come down, and then I will start my bhakti, and then I'll get strengthened, and then I'll get ruchi. And when the obstacles come again, okay, and then I will take a pause, and then I'll wait for the obstacles to go away. Journey is not like that, dear devotees. These obstacles are not going to go anywhere. As long as this body is there, obstacles will be there. Mind, obstacles will be there. All the jivas around, they will be there. But our focus is on bhajan only. Bhakti will go on, and the obstacles will, they become immune to the obstacles from outside or inside, to such a point that we get steady on a daily basis, steady. Yeah. So nishtha, steady, means a devotee is steady in the servitude, very important. Steady in servitude, in that mood of service. If a devotee is steady in the mood of service 24/7, despite the obstacles that are coming from outside and inside, then we know that devotee is getting closer to nishtha. Means the devotee will feel the pain, there will be disturbances, but they'll be able to withstand, recover, withstand, and move on. That is nishtha. So we can't expect not to be disturbed. It's hard for us in the beginning. Yes, there will be disturbance, but recover, withstand, and move on. That's the name of the journey in anartha nivritti. Yeah? So recover, withstand, move on, recover, withstand, move on. For that, we need a lot of strength and inspiration and faith. That's why Krishna Katha, Krishna Nama, and devotee Sangha. Otherwise, the recover, strength, and move on is not an easy thing. Okay. So recover, strength, and move on has happened. Anartha nivritti. Then nishtha comes. So the servitude is happening throughout the day, right? Relatively steady happening. And a stage comes where being in servitude, and whatever service that comes out physically, that we are engaging outside. Being in that servitude, a stage comes, that is not an issue. These obstacles will be there. Externally, internally, these obstacles will be there. I have no problems with the people around, with this life. No problem. Fine. But I don't have the ruchi yet. Where is Krishna? Where is life in my devotion? I've been doing, mechanically doing. I know I am doing throughout the day. I know I'm chanting. I know I'm serving. And I know it's not restlessness, dear devotees. Please remember. This stage of nishtha is not so easy. This is pakka in the mode of goodness. really in the mode of goodness, it's not easy. So getting restless, frustrated is still in the passion. It means we are still in the purificatory stage. Yeah? Our emotions are all still material and is being purified until we get to this steady stage of Nishta. Any emotions that we have, they may have a touch of devotion, like that, but they're still in the purificatory stage only. Until we get to this steady stage of Nishta, which is mode of goodness. This is not so easy because we know what life has to give us on a daily basis. So this is not so easy. But the reason why we're saying this, any emotions that we get here are purifying emotions. When somebody comes to this stage of Nishta, they're pretty solid, pretty steady in their sadhana, pretty steady in their feelings and the interactions and everything. Because the mode of goodness is like that, keeps you pakka steady. Yeah, they are steady. This is wonderful. They are peaceful too. Steady and peaceful. But we have to know we have to know this can be pretty addicting actually. Oh, this is good. I think my bhakti is going on well. The services are going very well. It's been years and I feel peaceful. Bhakti is good. Bhakti is good. That's bhakti in mode of goodness. Yeah, all the activities of bhakti will happen here. Whatever service is given to us, that will happen steadily. But the next stage, for a sincere soul, they are not happy with this, just the Nishta stage. They'll be like, why don't I feel that? Mamata, this is the place. Ruchi is taste. This is where now a more of a mechanical process is getting to personal. And that's why that name Ruchi, taste. Yeah. Why don't I feel it inside? Yes, I'm doing it. But where is that savoring from within? Where is that Ruchi? That thing will start. That will happen from the stage of Nishta on. Ruchi. Ruchi is attraction. By that time, devotee is not only steady and peaceful and then non-envious and then compassionate. All these things will come even by stage of Nishta. But that lalasa, that ruchi of attraction to the nama, attraction to the katha, attraction to the seva. Yeah. And what is our bhava, our emotion? By that time, everything will be changed also. Whatever emotions that we had in the past, when we see devotees around, we had a different. In our purificatory stage, we might perceive them differently because of purification that is happening to us. But by the time of Nishta and Ruchi comes, whatever is said in Shastra, that we will start to realize, oh, this is what Shastra is saying. What does the Shastra say? One who thinks a shalagram as a stone, and one who thinks the deity as a mud, and one who thinks Tulasi as just a leaf, and one who thinks Vaishnava as just a person, and one who thinks the holy name as just a sound, they are very unfortunate. Those kind of verses, they start coming live to us. I'm like, what was I thinking before? That's the deity there. That's Tulasi Devi there. This is Harinama here. This is Vaishnava here. What was my perception before? These are all so valuable, so precious. So that kind of clarity and the truth will be perceived by the time of Nishta and Ruchi. They will not naturally, automatically happen as we go through that stage. I think we will We can pause that. After that is asakti, then bhava. They are our advanced stages. Bhava is the devotee doesn't even realize that they are in this body. So much they will be starting. They will be seeing the leelas of Krishna, being with Krishna, then bhava and prema. So that's the second half of the Sharanagati. Sharanagati to the person, to Guru and Krishna. Okay. On that note, I wanted to say, now if we have to say, what is Sharanagati? What does Sharanagati mean to me? Sharanagati means bonding with the Lord through Guru. Yeah, this definition will very well fit in the second half of Sharanagati. That's Sharanagati. And we can look forward to that. Even though we are beginners, we want to look forward to have this kind. So for us, Sharanagati, if we ask this next question, yeah, I think we'll pause here from whatever, because we have heard about the process of Sharanagati, initial and the later parts. I will pause there and I will ask you 2 questions that will take us to the last. Having heard now, I was going to ask you in the very beginning this question. Are you intimidated to take Sharanagati, or are you yearning to take Sharanagati? Dear devotees, you can answer this question. Yes, I'll let you answer this, please. What was your answer before? Now that we have heard all this, right? So, what is your answer now? Intimidated or yearning? Before the katha and after the katha. One statement. So we can hear from all the devotees. Please go ahead. Are you intimidated or are you afraid of taking Sharanagati, or are you yearning to take Sharanagati?
Mataji, I'm just craving and I'm hankering on it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Craving for it, hankering for it. Yes. If we didn't know what the Sharanagati means, with this English words, what to say? Surrender unto me. Oh, surrender. Oh my God, do I have to do that now? ये भक्ति क्या है? इतना forceful करने की जरूरत है क्या? Surrender. Do I have to do that? Oh yeah, in Bhagavad Gita, Daivihesha Gunamai Mama Maya Doratiya Mam Eviye Prapatyanti. Kya Thakur ji? Daivihesha Gunamai Mama Maya Doratiya. So you put all these things in our life and you say you cannot deal with these things unless I surrender unto you. Kya hai ye Thakur ji? Itna forceful hai. So that's not surrender. That's not Sharanagati. We could have that kind of understanding. If that kind of understanding is there for Sharanagati or Bhakti, yeah. Every day is an ordeal. Yeah. But thank you, Mataji. I want to hear from you. Yes, please, dear devotees. Are you intimidated or are you yearning? But only these 2 words. Please pick one of these 2 words. You can make the combinations, but in a statement. Please go ahead.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ, ప్రణామ్స్ మాతాజీ.
Yes.
మాతాజీ, ఇది విన్నాక మనం ఎంతవరకు ఉన్నామో తెలుస్తుంది. తర్వాత ఎంతవరకు వెళ్ళగలమో తెలుస్తుంది. శరణాగతి అంటే ఏంటి లేదు, ప్రేమ పొందడము, కృష్ణ ప్రేమ పొందడము, దాని ఒక ప్రాసెస్ తెలుసుకోవడమే అని తెలిసింది మాతాజీ.
Yes, Mataji. We'll do all the Telugu things together. Yes, please go ahead, dear devotees. Go ahead. Anybody else? Are you hesitating, intimidated to take Sharanagati, or are you looking forward to one or two more devotees, and then we'll move on to the next thing? If you're still thinking, that's okay too. No problem. Please take your time. At least you know what this means. Okay. I think that whole Telugu thing, I'll do it together.
I'm enthusiastically looking forward to Mataji.
Very good, Prabhu. Very good for you. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Now coming to the next thing.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Madhumati.
మాతాజీ ఇప్పుడు మీరు అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్ తెలుగులో చెప్పండి.
యా, ఇప్పుడు శరణాగతి అంటే లెట్ ద ఫ్లో గో. శరణాగతి అంటే ఏంటి అనేది మాట్లాడుకున్నాం ఇప్పటి వరకు. శరణాగతి అంటే భక్తి. మనం దీక్ష తీసుకున్న తర్వాత శరణాగతి మొదలైనట్టే లెక్క. గురువు మీద, భగవంతుడి మీద ప్రీతి లేకపోయినా, మొదట్లో అంత ఎక్కువగా ఉండకపోవచ్చు, కానీ లేకపోయినా కూడా దీక్ష తీసుకున్నాం కాబట్టి శరణాగతి మొదలైనట్టే లెక్క. మొదట్లో ఎట్లా ఉంటుందంటే శరణాగతి భక్తి పట్ల ఉంటుంది, గురువు పట్ల, భగవంతుడి పట్ల అంత న్యాచురల్ గా ఉండకపోవచ్చు మొదట్లో. సో దానికి మనం ఎక్కువ బాధపడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. గ్రాడ్యువల్ గా మనము ప్యూరిఫై అవుతుంటే, పునీతం అవుతుంటే, మనలో మురికిపోతుంటే అప్పుడు నెమ్మదిగా శరణాగతి టు గురు కృష్ణ కూడా వస్తుంది. సో అందుకని మొదట్లో మనము పేషెన్స్ తో ఉండాలి, కృతజ్ఞతతో ఉండాలి, ఓర్మి కలిగి ఉండాలన్నమాట. అది చెప్పుకున్నాము. తర్వాత ఇట్లా భక్తి చేసుకుంటూ పోతుంటే మనం లోపల మురికంతా పోతూ కొంచెం క్లియర్ కనిపించడం మొదలు పెడుతుంది. అట్లా కనిపిస్తున్నప్పుడు స్వానాం భావ సరోరుహం, శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం సేస్, ధూనోతి శ్యమలం కృష్ణ స్వానాం భావ సరోరుహం. మొత్తం మలినం లోపల పోతున్నప్పుడు తామర పువ్వు ఇట్లా విచ్చుకుంటుంది అని లోపల చిత్త. సో శరణాగతి భక్తి చేసుకుంటూ పోతే మలినం అంతా పోతున్నప్పుడు అప్పుడు నిష్ఠ స్టేజ్ లోకి వస్తాము. నిష్ఠ అంటే సత్వగుణంలో స్థిరంగా ఉండడం అన్నమాట. భక్తిని సత్వగుణంలో చేసుకుంటూ స్థిరంగా ఉండడం రోజువారీగా. అంటే ఇబ్బందులు, ఆటంకాలు వచ్చినా కూడా తట్టుకొని స్థిరంగా ఉండడం అన్నమాట రోజువారీగా నిష్ఠలో. అప్పుడు అంత ఆనందంగా చేసేస్తున్నారు, సేవ భక్తి చేస్తున్నారు అని ఏమి ఉండదు నిష్ఠలో, కానీ ఎట్లా ఒకట్లా చేయడం అయితే చేస్తుంటారు రోజువారీగా. అది నిష్ఠ. సత్వగుణంలో బండి నడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది, పీస్ఫుల్ గా అయితే ఉంటారు. ఓకే, చేయడం అయితే జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. కానీ దాని తర్వాత ఏమవుతుందంటే పుట్టి పీస్ఫుల్లే కాదు, ఓకే ఇదంతా బానే ఉంది, కానీ లోపల నుండి రుచి ఏమైంది, స్వామి పట్ల అసలు గుణ ఆస్వాదన జరగట్లేదేమి, ఏం రుచి అనేది లేదా భక్తిలో, అసలు జీవమే లేదా నా భక్తిలో అని అనిపిస్తుంది అన్నమాట. సత్వగుణంలోకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత, అంటే సత్వగుణంకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత కూడా జీవం లేదనిపిస్తుంది, అప్పుడే అనిపిస్తుంది. అప్పుడే కదా మురికంతా కొంచెం వదిలింది, అప్పుడు రియాలిటీ అర్థమవుతుంది. అరే ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ స్టార్టింగ్ భక్తి నౌ, ఇప్పుడే మొదలు పెడుతున్నట్టుంది భక్తి అని అనిపిస్తుంది. ఎనీవే అది సో అక్కడి నుండి రుచి మొదలవుతుంది. అప్పుడు శరణాగతి టు గురు అండ్ కృష్ణ అనేది బాగా క్లియర్ అవుతుంది మనకి. అట్రాక్షన్ టు శ్రీ గురుస్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ అండ్ ద లోటస్ ఫీట్ ఆఫ్ లార్డ్ కృష్ణ, అది బాగా అవుతుంది అనమాట అక్కడి నుండి. సో తెలుగులో అయింది కదా మనకి. క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటి అన్నాను. క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే, ఇప్పుడు శరణాగతి అంటే ఏంటో విన్నాం కదా. ఇది వినక ముందు శరణాగతి తీసుకోవాలి అని అంటే మీకు అబ్బో శరణాగతి తీసుకోవాలా, ఇప్పుడు అమ్మో ఎంత కష్టమో అని అనిపిస్తుందా? శరణాగతి అంటే అమ్మో ఎంత కష్టమో అనిపిస్తుందా? లేకపోతే అబ్బా ఎప్పుడెప్పుడు తీసుకోవాలా అనిపిస్తుందా? మధుమతి మాతాజీ కదిలిచ్చారు, మొత్తం తెలుగులో అయింది. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి.
హరే కృష్ణ. మాతాజీ మీరు ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్ చెప్పిన దాన్ని బట్టి శరణాగతి అంటే ప్రతి అవసరమైన విషయాలను తీసుకొని నివంచాలని చెప్తున్నాము. ఆ ప్రాసెస్ నాకు నచ్చింది మాతాజీ. అలా అవ్వాలి అంటున్నాను నేను. సరే
అలా అవ్వాలి అని మీరు యాక్చువల్ వాయిస్ మధ్య మధ్యలో బ్రేక్ అయింది, బట్ ఐ థింక్ ఐ గాట్ gist of what you said. Yeah, so that is we're done with English and Telugu. Now we're coming to the next part, 11 o'clock now. Okay, Sharanagati. Sharanagati is now the whole topic is, now we have moved from the initial phase to the second phase. Okay, not just Sharanagati to the process of bhakti, but to the person. Madhurashtakam Mustasmi. This is Adaram Madhuram. So that Govinda, who is Madhuram? Sharanagati to Govinda, coming to the second half. To the person, to that beautiful sweet Lord. So, what is Sharanagati to Govinda? What does that mean? Now, Sharanagati is bonding with Govinda, with the holy name. Sharanagati is bonding with the holy name. Now, we all can actually relate to this, dear devotees. We know what that bonding means, how sweet it is. The bonding of a child with the mother. Yeah, how sweet it is. So that bonding, that is Sharanagati. That is a feeling, right? So, in this relationship of a child with the mother, there is a relationship and there is a feeling associated with this relationship. Yeah. So in this feeling, in the same way, Sharanagati is a feeling based on a relationship. Yeah. Between a bhakta and a Bhagavan. What does this feeling have? Is this only one feeling? Does a child have only one? When the child has affection, love for mother, is that only one word, a plain word, love? Nay. This is like a sambar. Sambar has many things in that. It's not like one plain vegetable sabji. Yes and no. It's not just like, okay, the broccoli, I've just, this is boiled broccoli. Yes and no. There are different components in it. Yeah. Like the sambar has different components in that. Yeah. In this Sharanagati, there are different flavors of, in that particular feeling of bonding, there are different flavors. What all those flavors put together is that feeling of Sharanagati. What are those flavors? Anukulyasya sankalpam pratikulasya varchanam rakshisyati iti vishwaso goptrutve vamnam tada atmanikshepana karpanye shatvidhi Sharanagati. These are the 6 ingredients of that feeling. We have heard that as angas of Sharanagati, means of Sharanagati, like that. I know we have heard that. Now that we have come to this topic so close, as bonding with Govinda, and there is a feeling there. So now the ingredients of that feeling are first of all, in this ingredient is like a child has for the mother. Rakshisyati iti vishwaso goptatve varnam tada. Yeah, like the child feels so automatically, naturally the child feels, right? Oh, my mother is there. I mean, there is no worry, there is no care. How will I maintain myself? And how will I, what will I do if something happens to me? A child doesn't have this, because automatically, so naturally, the child depends on the mother so automatically, naturally. Dear devotees, we are not in that stage yet. No, I don't want to say that. We may not be in that stage yet, but we want to hear this, because it will happen down the road. That's the potency of bhakti. So when we are hearing this, let that come within. Will not put any blocks, if and buts, oh, I have it, don't have it, nothing. Let the katha just come in. And whenever it has to happen, with the mercy of, not whenever it has to happen. It is already happening to all of us, a little bit, a droplet here and there. It will only just get more and more. So we'll just hear what the acharyas have to say. So Rakshisyati Vishwaso Goptritve Varnam Tada. Krishna, you have been protecting me. You have been maintaining me. Goptritve Varnam Tada. You have been maintaining me. Rakshisyati Vishwaso. I have the Vishwasa that you will protect me. Materially, spiritually. Yeah. I have no anxiety. I have no thoughts about it. Same as a child feels for the mother. That's Rakshisyati Vishwaso Goptritve Varnam Tada. This is why there is no fear. Yesterday we were discussing, right? What is the first feeling of a Sharanagati Bhakta? Abhaya Charanaravinda. Ashoka, Abhaya, Amruta. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Why? Because that bonding feeling mein sab hai. Hota hai. It will happen. That is Rakshisyati Vishwaso Goptritve Varnam Tada. Both for spiritual and material. And now that there is nothing to think, wow, taking care of, what is this, Krishna? Where was I? Such insignificant, and was struggling in that material realm of thinking. That kind of thought process, the material thought process. And you brought me till here. I'm so insignificant, but I'm so grateful to you. You came to me as Krishna Kripashri Murti, and you've been giving me all this, and you're giving this to me now. You are in the form of the Holy Name. You came to me as Shri Guru, and you're supporting me with the devotees around. You're engaging me in the seva, and you're making yourself known to me through all this katha. What is your mercy, and what is my fortune? How insignificant am I? But you pick me up. These things automatically come. This is Dainya Bhava. In Dainya, there is this is called ecstasy of insignificance. I am so insignificant, but you are Antaryami, and you have rescued me. So in humility, there is no negativity. That we have to remember, dear devotees. When we hear about humility, we think, oh, humility, I have to artificially do this, do that, like that. Humility is, this is a part of the Dainya Bhava. Humility. So, who am I and who are you? Shuddha Sattva, who are descending down. Who am I? In the miserable material modes, the Jiva Tattva. So struggling, and you come to pick me up. So grateful to you. And I'm so small, insignificant Jiva Tattva. That realization itself brings, it's a different feeling. Devotees. I mean, what are we getting? A conditioned soul like me, what can I speak? But when the Acharya is saying, if just trying to understand what Acharya is saying that's a feeling that does not belong to this world. If a droplet of it is like that, those Shuddha Bhaktas, they are in ecstasy of Dainya. So humility is ecstasy beyond positivity. It is not negativity. It is not artificially bending down, and it's not. That's different. So humility is in Dainya Bhava. So in Dainya there is a feeling, ecstasy of insignificance, and there is gratitude. Yeah. Overwhelming gratitude and insignificance. Dainya. And Rakshisyati Vishwasa Goptritve Varnam Tada are you are my protector and maintainer. So there is no anxiety there. And with this gratitude, the bond gets even more stronger. Yeah, in Sharanagati, the feeling gets stronger, the bond gets stronger. And with this bonding that has happened, the connection and bonding that has happened, Anukulyasya sankalpam pratikulasya varjanam. In the beginning, in the beginning process of bhakti, we struggle to do what is favorable to bhakti. And we struggle to give away that is not favorable to bhakti. That is with a lot of effort. Yeah, that is an effortful stage in the beginning, even after we take Diksha. That is with the effort. But when this stage of Sharanagati to go to the person, Guru and Krishna happens, automatically, Anukulyasya sankalpam pratikulasya varjanam. Govinda, if it doesn't please you, I don't want to do it. If it pleases you, no questions asked, I want to do it, Govinda. That is Anukulyasya pratikulasya varjanam. Very similar to the loving child to the mother. If the child loves mother so much, the child doesn't want to see mother unhappy, right? That is Anukulyasya sankalpam. That is, child doesn't want to see mother unhappy. So the child will not do anything that can hurt mother, makes her feel sad. That is pratikulasya varjanam. And the child wants to see a smile on the face of mother. Anukulyasya sankalpam. I want to see a smile on my beloved Lord. It is Anukulyasya sankalpam. Very similar to the child and mother. Yeah? And we already talked about, heard about Rakshasyati Vishwaso Goktritva Varnantada, how child naturally feels so dependent on mother. The Sharanagata Bhakta naturally feels so dependent on Krishna, naturally is fearless. And very grateful and feels very insignificant. So the whole thing put together is Sharanagati. The feeling of Sharanagati has these ingredients put together. They come as waves, and not in waves in a sequence. We know the feelings there, but there are the components of it. And it is said that the Daimya Bhava is the nourishing part of the Sharanagati. Because there we acknowledge, we realize like, am I? And what is this fortune? Then nobody has to tell you, you have to do Harina. You have to do 16 rounds. What are you talking? You have to do 16 only? Doing only? Then we will feel different. Whatever we've been doing before, same thing we will be doing here, but it will be different, right? Yeah, so the connection makes the difference. And we have to remember that the connection is happening through the Sambandha Data. Sambandha Data, Guru and Krishna. Guru, Shri Guru, connecting us to Krishna. Shri Guru is Nityananda Ram coming to us, engaging in the Seva of Govinda. So those are the different components of that sacred divine feeling of Sharanagati. And all that we have discussed so far is all from the Acharyas, Acharyas, and of course the verses and everything that we are stating is from Shastra. Those are the components of Sharanagati. So Sharanagata Bhaktas, they don't have that Rajoguna, Tamoguna working on in them. They may look like us. Oh yeah, a human being? No. They may look like us. We have this ignorance and passion, maybe a little bit of goodness that is going in this bag of person. But in Sharanagata Bhaktas, though they look like bag of person, it is Sharanagata Bhava that is going on. This Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Those are all the internal energy. Yeah? Internal energy, Sharanagata Bhavas. That's what they have within them. So that's bonding with them, with the Govinda. Sharanagati. Now, dear devotees, one last question before I go to the final presentation, which will be quick. Yeah. I don't know what I want to ask also. Yeah. Okay. I have nothing to ask, but one objective question. Yeah, this is again coming to the tattva. I have nothing to ask from what we have heard so far. That is from the Sharanagati Bhaktas who are relishing Sharanagati from in them with their mercy, from their bhajans, and the Shuddha Bhaktas explaining what that means. We got a little gist, a tiny little gist of what they might be experiencing. We pray that the modes that are there within us are totally replaced by that Sharanagata Bhava that those bhaktas are experiencing. Nothing more to say, nothing more to ask. So, with all due respects to that topic, placing flowers, okay, the topic there. Next question. We are doing bhakti, right? Is Sharanagati Bhava needed in bhakti? And now, when I know when you are thinking Sharanagati Bhava, let me ask this even more specifically. Okay. I don't know. Now this question cannot be asked. Everything about the question, the answer has been explained in detail. So I'll not ask that question anymore. Dear devotees, I guess that is it about Sharanagati. Now we'll move on to the practical application of Sharanagati. Is that okay with you? Anything to say? Dear devotees, please go ahead. Shall we move on to the practical application of Sharanagati? So I can say, at least from my side, see, we have finished this in time. I really would like to say that, dear devotees. After the 10 minutes, 11:30 time, then you can ask all the questions you have, at least from my side. I have covered everything that I have promised to cover. Is that okay with you all? Shall we move on to the practical application?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yes, what I said was, somebody, at least somebody has recovered and said yes. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, that's the practical application of Sharanagati. Dear devotees, I will not say anything. I'll just go ahead directly to the topic. This is practical application of Sharanagati. And thank you to Nitai Gunman Prabhu for the slides. So, how can I apply Sharanagati in day-to-day life? First thing is, turn towards the Lord, not to the mind, not to the people around. Turn towards the Lord. First thing. I am looking up to you, Sri Guru and Govinda. First step in Sharanagati. So our focus is Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, I am not doing, I am receiving. When we are looking up, when we are turned to Govinda, we know who we are now, right? Because we are seeing the real person there. So whatever is happening to us is whatever we think we are doing is not actually doing, but is being given. So we are receiving. We are not doing, we are receiving. Second thing. So look up to Sri Guru and Krishna, not anywhere else, anybody else. Second thing. We are not doing, we are receiving. So whatever is happening is from Krishna, prasad from Krishna, receiving. Okay? In this, we can say, because we are receiving whatever is happening to us, we are receiving that as an arrangement from Krishna. Yeah. So between these two, if you notice, we have looked up to Guru and Krishna, and we are receiving from them. So everything is an arrangement. Yeah. And now it's just Krishna and you are receiving. What's happening? In between will be the Saranagati. Now practical application is, okay, this bhakti. Imagine we are in the neighborhoods, right? And when we want to go to temple, this is journey to the Lordships, journey to the Lord within the heart. They were just depicting here in the form of the car and roads for better understanding. In the spiritual journey, the information about this journey, the desire for this journey, the facilities for this journey, everything is simply given. Yeah, we may be living in the neighborhood, we have home, we have car, and we are starting to drive towards the temple, but we have to acknowledge that everything is given. This car is given, this time is given, this road to the temple is given. Everything is given. So that's one thing. So in that way, first acknowledging that it is given. So our journey has started now. Okay. Journey, internal journey to the Lord in the heart started. And if there is an obstacle here, you see here, the road closed. The journey was happening, the road closed. We have already discussed about the obstacles, right? Physical obstacles, mental obstacles, and spiritual also. If the road is closed, what do? We just don't park there in the shoulder, sit there forever or go back. We look for a different one. Yeah. Take a route that can connect us to the main road again, right? So when the obstacles come, then we make our way through, work around it, and then move on in bhakti. This is also Saranagati. This is Anukulyasya Sankalpam Pratikulasya Varchanam. Yeah, I will do what is favorable to bhakti, and I will not do that is not favorable to bhakti. Yeah. This is practical application of Saranagati. So this will be in this stage, first stage of Saranagati. Because once somebody comes to the later stages of Saranagati, once they get a taste of it, nothing will really stop them. Nothing from outside, nothing from inside. What happened to Bharat Maharaj? What happened to Vitrasara? They were in different bodies, but look at the bhakti that was flowing within them. So that is in the latest stage. But for our practical understanding, we are just bringing up this points. So when there is an obstacle, so we'll just make our way out, but still continue the journey. And next, this is very important, dear devotees. Imagine when we are driving, there are cars, yeah? Cars in different lanes. We don't bump into other cars. Yeah? Aparada. Don't bump into, cause trouble to any devotees. Be sensitive to them. Yeah? And if the devotees are bumping into us, safe driving. Safe driving, right? Those things, staying in our line. Drive, stay in the line while driving. So we can avoid Vaishnava Paradas. And we don't have to be really tight about bumping into or causing aparadha. When we are serving the Vaishnavas, then when we are in the mood of service to Vaishnavas, then the possibility of aparadas will come down. Okay. And even if aparadas are happening knowingly, unknowingly, if we are continuing to go on in the mood of serving the Vaishnavas, then we don't have to be so fixated and tight and fearful about the aparadas. Okay, so that's about staying in the line. Follow the Vaishnava etiquette. Best thing, follow the Vaishnava etiquette. So the aparadas will not happen. We may have to discuss about what the etiquette is in a different time, at a different time, but follow the Vaishnava etiquette. That will prevent the aparadas. And second thing is, if we do not have the devotee association, when we are committing, if we do not have the devotee association, okay, we will find the devotee association. But if we are creating aparadas to the devotees around, then we lose the taste to continue the journey. We exit this bhakti, giving up the sadhana. So that's why we have to be really careful about staying in the line, maintaining the Vaishnava etiquette, not doing the aparadas. Vaishnava aparadas, that's the single most thing that can halt and damage our bhakti. Because exiting is voluntarily exiting. What else? Nothing. That is not good. Okay. So avoid aparadas, and that way we don't have to exit bhakti or give up the sadhana. Next thing is, okay, we are doing our sadhana, our bhakti journey is going, but sometimes it is hard to go on with whatever is going on with the life, external challenges or internal challenges. It is hard to go on. We can't expect to drive the same speed, with the same confidence, and with the same clarity on this kind of road where there is no rain, no snow, no storm. This is easy, clear. We just have to stay in the lane and go on. That is wonderful. But life can be like this every now and then. Their visibility is very less. The road is slippery, snowy. Then what do? We go slow. We have to slow down, one step at a time, So we are safe and we don't bump into the other cars. So this we have to remember. When the obstacles from outside come and hit us, and when our obstacles from within come and slow down us, then we just slow down and drive safe. Drive safe is the key when the obstacles come. So slow down in bhakti also, so we can survive and be safe in bhakti. So these are certain things in the journey of bhakti. I think that is it. We will. I don't want to take too much. I'll pause here. Whatever is there that can be done some other time. I think we have conveyed everything that needs to be. Not everything. From a practical perspective, from in our level, at a beginner's level, whatever we need to know, I think we have conveyed that. After that is all personal journey, the depth that we are taking to be a personal one. Yeah, I think నేను తెలుగులో ఏమని చెప్పాలి, తెలుగులో శరణాగతి భావ అంటే అది బంధం. శరణాగతి అది భావ బంధం. తల్లికి బిడ్డకి తల్లికి ఎట్లా భావ బంధం ఉంటుందో రకరకాలు ఉన్నాయి. బిడ్డ తల్లికి ఉండొచ్చు, చేస్ట్ వైఫ్, కేరింగ్ హస్బెండ్ కి అన్నిటికి ఉండొచ్చు. బట్ ద బెస్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఈస్ చిన్న బిడ్డకి తల్లికి ఎట్లా భావ బంధం ఉంటుందో శరణాగతి కూడా భావ బంధం. గోవిందుడితో భావ బంధం శరణాగతి. ఆ బంధంలో ఏముంటుంది, ఆ భావంలో ఏమి What are the ingredients in that bhavam ante Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur చెప్పారు కదా, అది యాక్చువల్ గా హరిభక్తి విలాసంలో కూడా ఉంది. అనుకూల్యస్య సంకల్పం ప్రతికూలస్య వర్చనం, అదంతా కరెక్టే. బట్ ఆ భావబంధంలో ఏముంటుందంటే ఫస్ట్ రక్షిస్యతి విశ్వాసో గోత్రత్వే వర్ణం తదా గోవింద, ఇప్పటి వరకు తీసుకొచ్చింది నువ్వే, నా పోషణ నువ్వే, నా రక్షణ నువ్వే గోవింద. తర్వాత దైన్య భావం, నేనెంత, ఒక సూర్యుడు ముందు ఒక సూర్య రశ్మి కణం ఎంత, ఎన్ని కణాలు ఉన్నాయి అట్లా. సో గోవింద నేనెంత, నువ్వేంటి అంతర్యామి. నా మీద దయ చూపించి కృష్ణ కృపా శ్రీమూర్తి లాగా వచ్చి నన్ను ఆదుకొని నాకు శాస్త్ర ఇచ్చి నీ గురించి చెప్పి నీ వైపు తెచ్చుకుంటూ నువ్వు నామల్లాగా వచ్చి చుట్టూ భక్తులనిచ్చి సేవలో ఉంచి, ఎంత ఎంత దయ స్వామి ఇది. నా అర్హత ఏంటి, నీ దయ ఏంటి? ఆ దైన్యంలో హ్యూమిలిటీ అది అండ్ కృతజ్ఞత ఉంటుంది దైన్య భావంలో. గోవిందుడి భావ బంధంలో దైన్య భావం ఉంటుంది, రక్షణ పోషణ నువ్వే గోవింద ఆ భావం ఉంటుంది. అనుకూల్యస్య సంకల్పం ప్రతికూలస్య వర్చనం, గోవింద నీకేది ప్రసన్నంగా ఉంటుందో అదే చేస్తాను, నువ్వు నొచ్చుకునేది చెయ్యను, ఆ భావం ఉంటుంది. అవన్నీ కలిపింది, అవన్నీ కలిపి ఒక బంధంలాగా ఏర్పడితే గోవిందుడి మనల్ని గోవిందుడితో ప్రేమతో బంధిస్తే అది శరణాగతి భావబంధం. అది ఇంగ్లీష్ మొత్తంలో చెప్పుకున్నది తెలుగులో వేడన్నం గోంగూర చట్నీ నేను వేసుకుంటున్నట్టు అది శరణాగతి భావబంధం. గోవిందుడి భావబంధం, భావబంధం శరణాగతి. అది అది ఎప్పటి వరకు చెప్పుకుంది. ఈ రోడ్డు మీద ఇది ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా, దిస్ మస్ట్ బి క్లియర్ కదా, ఇది అర్థమయ్యే ఉంటుంది. డ్రైవ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఎవరి లైన్ లో వాళ్ళు ఉంటే వైష్ణవ అపరాధాలు జరగకుండా ఉండాలంటే వైష్ణవ టికెట్ ఫాలో అయితే మనం అపరాధం చేయకుండా ఉంటాము. భక్తిలో మేజర్ బ్లాక్ ఏంటంటే వైష్ణవ అపరాధం అన్నమాట. వైష్ణవ అపరాధి చేసినప్పుడు మన భక్తి మీద రుచి తగ్గుతుంది. సో అది మెయిన్ థింగ్, అది గుర్తుంచుకోవాలి. రుచి ఎందుకు తగ్గుతుందబ్బా, ఎక్కడో వైష్ణవ అపరాధి జరిగింది. అన్నిసార్లు అదే అని కాదు కానీ మోస్ట్ అది గమనించుకోవాలి. అండ్ ఇక్కడ ఏమన్నా ఆటంకాలు అయ్యి వస్తే మనము ఆ ఆటంకాలు చుట్టూ దాటుకొని ఎట్లా వెళ్తామో చూసుకుంటూ భక్తిలో ముందుకు వెళ్ళడము. రెండోది ఇక్కడ మెయిన్ లాస్ట్ థింగ్, జీవితం అన్నప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు ఒకేలాగా ఉండవు, అన్ని రోజులు ఒకేలాగా ఉండవు. ఒక్కొక్కసారి మీద వచ్చి పడుతుంటాయి, ఒక్కొక్కసారి లోపల ఉన్నదంతా బయటకు వస్తూ ఉంటుంది. అలాంటప్పుడు బండి నెమ్మదిగా నడపడమే, నడుస్తుందో లేదో కూడా తెలియదు అప్పుడు కానీ పక్కనున్న బండిని గుద్దకుండా ఉంటే చాలు. అట్లా నెమ్మదిగా నడపడము. అండ్ దెన్ వన్స్ మొత్తం వెదర్ అంతా క్లియర్ అయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ నెమ్మదిగా పికప్ చేసుకొని భక్తిలో ముందుకెళ్ళచ్చు అన్నమాట. ఇవి అనుకున్నది. Well, pause here, dear devotees. So, to summarize, we have discussed about the definition of what is your understanding of Sharanagati, and that took us to the discussion of what's the meaning of Sharanagati. Sharana Agati, Govinda, I want to take shelter of you. The second point is it's a process. Sharanagati is a process, and in that we have discussed the initial beginning one, slowly taking us to the later phases. The beginning one is a clearing phase, purifying phase. And here, Sharanagati is to the process of bhakti. But as we get purified, then we will start to feel more the Sharanagati to the person, Guru and Krishna in this second phase, right? So in the first phase, it is very important to have Vaishnava Sangha. That is going to be our protective fence. The Vaishnava Sangha, very important. And we have to be grateful and patient in the beginning phase. In the next phase, because we got addicted, then we want to be in the Sadhu Sangha. Yeah? And there is a lot of gratitude overflowing here anyway. In the beginning, we have to be voluntarily be grateful, but here there's a lot of gratitude flowing. So coming to this topic, there we have discussed in detail about what Sharanagati is, what are the ingredients of that feeling, the bonding with the Lord. Those ingredients we have talked about. The Rakshisyati Vishwaso Goptatve Varnam Tada. You are my maintaining protector, Krishna. That is the ingredient that makes us fearless. And then we will start to come see ourselves. The Dainya Bhava comes. And then I will do only that is favorable, that is pleasing to you, Govinda. I will not do anything that is displeasing. So those are the different ingredients of the feeling of Sharanagati that we have heard. And after that, this is what the practical things when we do bhakti. I guess that is it. I hope we have covered everything that we have announced. I'm feeling very much relieved. I'm very grateful that the promise is fulfilled as announced. So far, I'm looking at the checklist. If we have done everything, yeah, the tattva vichar of Sharanagati, that we have to understand. Then our faith really deepens. Will it take a lot of time? Not really. And Suhrudam Prabhu, I don't know if you are here. This will give the answer to your question. Is the mind a problem or an ignorance a problem? Oh, this is already there. Oh, thank you, Nitai Gurmani Prabhu. I thought he was just going to just add the picture. Where is that? Where is the one that I drew? Yeah, this one. I thought this was going to be, I thought this was just going to be projected there like that. Oh, Nitai Gurmani Prabhu, that's why it took time. Didn't have to do it, but thank you so much. So yeah, this should take quickly. I'm not going to describe everything, but in relevance to Sharanagati, what is the tattva vichar behind Sharanagati? What is happening within us when we are taking Sharanagati? Please see here, dear devotees. You know this. There are many souls here in the Shambhu. Okay. Shambhu interacts with Pradhan, Mahatattva, Ahankara. We have already heard this. This is Sarga. This is how we came into this material world. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Here is the body, dear devotees. Tanmatras, Panchabhutas. And so this is the division. When I'm simplifying this, bringing to straight to the point, we do in any yoga that we take, the body needs to be disciplined, intelligence needs to be nourished, mind needs to be controlled, right? Any yoga, any Adhyatmika yoga. Imagine what all the regulative principles sadhana bhakti is to do these things. To engage the body, intelligence nourish, mind control. Then what is the role of this Sharanagati here? What is the role of, when we say Sharanagati, we cannot take Sharanagati of Govinda straight. Who are we? After all, Jiva Tattva. Govinda, Krishna is Vishuddha Sattva. How can we take directly Sharanagati of Govinda? Only through the Guru Tattva, we can take Sharanagati of Vishuddha Sattva, because Jiva Tattva cannot reach Vishuddha Sattva. There has to be Guru Tattva, the bridge. Yeah, we are taking Sharanagati here means we are stepping onto this bridge of Guru Tattva to get to Vishuddha Sattva. That's what is happening. That's the Tattva Vichar. That's the philosophical understanding of Sharanagati means. What we have heard so far is, in Bhakti, there is both Tattva and Rasa. The Rasa can be relished and will be sustained and will get deeper when there is an understanding of Tattva, philosophy. So all that we have heard is wonderful. Bhakti is about relishment. But if you know this Tattva, then you will look for this. You will look for it, and then the Rasa it will stay with us steadily. And this is what we are talking about, the Tattva. So, Sharanagati Tattva. Why Sharanagati? Sharanagati is taking the shelter or depending on the instruction of Guru. What happens then? We know how difficult it is to control the mind and the intelligence, how it is not purified yet, and how the body needs to be disciplined, right? We know this difficult zone here. All of us know all the struggles here. It is all because it's not so much because of the problem with the mind. It's not so much because our intelligence is not purified yet. It's not so much because our body is troubling us and that's why we have difficulty. If we look at the philosophical understanding, the problem is here, dear devotees. This is the real bug that has corrupted our software. Ahamkara, aham karoti. That's the real bug. It's not the mind that's the problem. It's not the corrupted intelligence. It's not the body that is giving us the trouble. This is giving us the trouble. This aham karoti, false ego. You see, this is why we drew the picture here. If at all there's a problem here, it's because the root cause here. And what we are doing when we are taking Sharanagati, as Bindu Mataji, yes, you said right, giving back the independence which was troubling us. Giving back the independence means depending on Guru and Krishna, depending on the instruction. So it is acting at this level, not even at this lower level, right at killing the virus, the very bug that has corrupted the system. Taking shelter means this. It's the direct antidote for the ahamkara, false ego. I'm just giving you a glimpse, an idea, a philosophical understanding of what Sharanagati means. It's not a sentimental thing. It's not just sentimental, emotional thing. No. There is tattva behind it. The ahankara can be dissolved only through the shelter of Guru and Krishna. Okay, then the next question comes. Okay, without taking shelter of Guru and Krishna's instructions, can I not do bhakti? Of course you can do. Then this bhakti will be in tamas, in rajas, and at the most sattvic. That's it, mode of goodness. That's it. Nothing beyond that. Because you haven't touched that part of ahankara yet. False ego yet. The only antidote for the ahankara is shelter to Guru and Krishna. And when we say shelter, yes, we have taken shelter. Yeah, in the initial part, it will be like that. But the real feeling and connection of the shelter, we have already discussed in detail. Yeah. So at least we have to understand this philosophically. Now I can ask this question, dear devotees, and to myself too. Do you think Sharanagati is needed in bhakti? I can pause here now. Now the ball is in your court. You please go ahead. Hands raised and please one after the other. You may please answer this question first. Do you think Sharanagati is needed in Bhakti? Yes or no? Why? Simple one, so everybody can answer. Please go ahead in your own words. Or whatever you want to say. This is the closing session anyway, the question and answers thing. So this is the first question and then we can just continue.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Pranams Mataji. Thank you so much for the wonderful session, Mataji. భక్తికి శరణాగతి అవసరమా అని అడిగారు కదా మాతాజీ. ఖచ్చితంగా అవసరము అని చెప్పి తెలుస్తుంది మాతాజీ. ఎందుకంటే మనము పడిపోతూ ఉంటాము. శరణాగతి తీసుకుందే భక్తి చేయలేము, నిష్ఠ రాందే ముందరికి వెళ్ళలేము కదా మాతాజీ. కాబట్టి శరణాగతి ఖచ్చితంగా అవసరమే. ఎందుకంటే పడిపోతూ ఉంటాం, లేస్తూ ఉంటాము. మనము పడిపోయినప్పుడు ఇంకెందుకు చేయాలి అనే ఒక చిన్న థాట్ వచ్చిందంటే ఇంకా కిందికి వెళ్ళిపోతాం. సో శరణాగతి తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఏంటంటే మనం ముందరికి వెళ్ళడానికి అవకాశాలు ఉన్నాయి. తప్పులు చేస్తూ ఉన్నా కూడా మనము చెయ్యాలి, ఇది చెయ్యాలి, ఇది చెయ్యాలి అని అనుకుంటూ ఉంటే పడిపోయే ఛాన్స్ ఉండదు కదా మాతాజీ. సో అది భక్తికి అవసరము అని చెప్పి నాకు ఈ క్లాస్ ద్వారా అర్థమైంది మాతాజీ.
వెరీ నైస్, వెరీ గుడ్ మాతాజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ. And yes, Purnatara Radha Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, so without Sharanagati, I understand that bhakti would be incomplete. It would be superficial, and so Sharanagati is required.
Thank you. It will be incomplete, it will be superficial, and it is not sustainable. If there are no roots, how long can the tree stand? And yeah, that's why it is incomplete. Yes, Mataji, but thank you. Incomplete. Without Sharanagati, bhakti is incomplete. And what did you say, Mataji? Incomplete and?
Superficial.
Superficial. Yes. Yeah. Incomplete and superficial, but now we know it is a process and we cannot jump from here to here. We have to walk through the process. It will happen, but we cannot do spiritual bypassing. We have to walk through it. So if we are in this phase, totally fine. At least we are in this phase. This is very beautiful. Just have to gratefully and patiently continue, and then we will. This is also part of Sharanagati. And please remember, not just the later half. This is also part of the Sharanagati. Sharanagati has started when the Diksha has taken. So very grateful to it. Cannot underestimate this at all. Such a great fortune. This is the real work happens here. After that, it will happen anyway. It will happen anyway because after Nishtha, it will happen, but this is the crucial one, real one. So very grateful for this. With all due respect and pranams to the sadhana bhakti. Yes, glorious sadhana. Yes, much. Thank you.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
Hare Krishna.
మాతాజీ, మనం భక్తిలో మనకు గురువు ఎంత ఇంపార్టెంటో శరణాగతి కూడా మనకు ఇంపార్టెంట్ అని నేను అనుకుంటున్నాను.
Yeah, Sharanagati అనేది గురు ద్వారా తీసుకున్న. Sharanagati to what? Sharanagati to the instruction of the guru. దేనికి శరణాగతి? దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతున్నాము? అది డైరెక్ట్ గా భగవంతుని మీద డిపెండ్ కాలేము. ఎట్లా ఆను తీసుకుంటున్నాం? త్రూ ద ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఆఫ్ శ్రీ గురు. Yeah. So it's like this. There is no Govinda without Guru. Govinda comes in the form of Guru. So we can get onto the bridge. This bridge is Guru. And here is Govinda standing. So we cannot go to Govinda without this bridge of Guru. So we are taking Sharanagati to that bridge, to that Guru, so we can get to Govinda like that. Yes, Mataji. Sharanagati, and that's why we always hear Sharanagati to Guru and Krishna. Why is it like that, Guru and Krishna, Guru and Krishna? Why not just Sharanagati to Krishna? How can we take? We're on the other side of this ocean, and Govinda is here. Where is the bridge in between? Right? That's why Sharanagati to Guru and Krishna. Sharanagati to the bridge and to the Lord. Yes, thank you, Mataji.
మాతాజీ నాకు క్లాస్ విన్నాక ఏం అర్థం అవుతుందంటే మేము ఇంకా ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ లోనే ఉన్నాము, మీరు 10th క్లాస్ సిలబస్ చెప్తున్నట్టుంది మాతాజీ శరణాగతి గురించి.
I don't know what to say. Mataji is saying, I feel like I'm in the first grade, but I'm hearing the 10th class syllabus. That's what Mataji is saying. And I don't know what to say. But I think, Mataji, we have seen the whole syllabus, Mataji. We'll make our way from the first grade to second grade, third grade. We will make our way. But for those who wants to see, how is my school life going to be? This is the first grade, this is the 10th grade. Okay, we just had a vision.
అంటే మాతాజీ మేము శరణాగతిలో ఆ స్టేజ్ లో ఉన్నాం మాతాజీ, ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ స్టేజ్ లో ఉన్నాము.
Okay. Yeah. సెషన్ అయితే యూస్ఫుల్ ఉండిందా?
యూస్ చాలా డీప్ గా బాగా చెప్తున్నారు మాతాజీ. ఆ సెక్షన్ కి మేము ఉండడం ఆ స్టేజ్ లో ఉన్నాం అని చెప్తున్నాను.
Okay. So Mataji is saying, whatever discussion, the katha, that's very useful, very deep. Just that I'm saying that I'm in only the first grade of Sharanagati, but now I know there's so many grades, like 10th grade of Sharanagati, but first grade. In Kudikade unna Mataji, first grade, there are many first graders with you, Mataji. All the acharyas, whatever we have heard is from the acharyas. They are in those grades. Yeah, we are all here. So we'll just take one step at a time from where we are. Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
హరే కృష్ణ.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభు.
నాకైతే జస్ట్ సీట్ కన్ఫర్మేషన్ అయింది స్కూల్లో, ఇంకా ఫస్ట్ గ్రేడ్ ప్రీ స్కూల్ కూడా లేదు మాతాజీ, సీట్ కన్ఫర్మ్ అయింది అంతే మాతాజీ. స్కూల్లో ఇవ్వడానికి సీట్ కన్ఫర్మ్ అయింది అనిపిస్తుంది అంతే మాతాజీ.
You want to say it in English, Prabhu?
So I just feeling that I just got a confirmation that I can join the school, but not even in preschool or not even first grade. So that's what I feel.
We are happy that we have admission into school, Prabhu. So Shri Guru Gauranga Jayata Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Without their mercy, we will not get the admission into the school. But such a glorious school, so much to look forward to. Doesn't that make us so enthusiastic? So enthusiastic, so grateful. At least we got this admission into the school. Somebody kindly admitted us into the school.
In olden days, how gurus accept the shishas in the Gurukul.
Right.
That's how got the acceptance.
Yes. Admission into this glorious Guru Parampara school, giving us Govinda. Every day is a cause of celebration, Prabhu, starting from the admission. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Mataji, sorry to break the line, but I'm on the same topic actually.
Yeah.
When Mataji was saying she's in the first grade kind of thing, I was thinking I was thinking LKG. But when Prabhuji is saying that he's in confirmed school admission, I'm not even in the admission list also.
That is true though, Prabhu. Admission comes with the Diksha. Abhyasa yogena tadha mamichaptum dhananjaya. That's why admission is a cause of celebration. Dear devotees, we want to find a reason to celebrate every day. Even the admission is a cause of celebration. Please. Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry, Mataji.
It's okay, Prabhu. It's okay. Yeah. Purnatara Radha Mataji, your hand is still raised. Do you want to say something? Or that's still there, the hand? Anybody else, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Jagan.
Yeah, and the answer is yes, Mataji, for Sharanagati.
What was the question, Mataji?
Sharanagati avasarama అని అది చెప్పారు కదా Mataji. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Why?
Yeah, you said bhakti means changing the heart అని చెప్పారు Mataji.
Yes.
Yeah, ఈ శరణాగతి తీసుకోవడం వల్ల మనం భక్తి చేస్తాం మాతాజీ. శరణాగతి తీసుకొని మనం భక్తి చేస్తాము. ఆ భక్తి చేసినప్పుడు మన హార్ట్ చేంజ్ అవుతే సాఫ్ట్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు మనము అపరాధాలు చేయడము తగ్గుతుంది. అదే విధంగా మన రోడ్ బ్లాక్స్ అనేవి తగ్గుతాయి. ఈ నిష్ఠ, రుచి ఇవి ఒక్కొక్కటి మనము ఆ స్టేజ్ ని అనుభవిస్తూ ఒక్కొక్కది మనం ముందుకు వెళ్తాము అనేది నాకు అర్థమైంది మాతాజీ.
Beautiful, beautiful. Somebody in English. Mataji said it so well. I don't know if I'll try to do it in English. Mataji said, yes, Sharanagati is needed in bhakti because bhakti means transformation of the heart. Beautiful. Second point. Yeah, when that transformation of the heart is happening inside, then the roadblocks will be less, the apparatus will be less. And the third point, this is the whole journey we will be experiencing as we are passing through the Anardha Nivritti, getting towards Nishtha and Ruchi. We will be experiencing all these stages as we walk through. So that's why Sharanagati is important for bhakti. And now this reminds me, Mataji, your definition of Sharanagati means bhakti means Sharanagati, Sharanagati means bhakti, period. But you see, bhakti means Sharanagati because Sharanagati starts with the Diksha, right? We are not talking about the later stages of Sharanagati, which will take time because purification, if we don't give time for purification and we want the cleansing, all of us an instant cleansing, then it will be instant disappearing also. We don't want instant appearance, instant disappearance. No. We'll walk through the phase. So, but the beauty here is we are already in the process of Sharanagati since we have taken Diksha. So that's why bhakti means Sharanagati. Sharanagati means bhakti. Anything before this Diksha is pious activity. It's not bhakti. Towards bhakti, pious activity. And when we take Diksha, Sharanagati starts. So yes, bhakti means Sharanagati. Sharanagati means bhakti. Bhakti only gets better from sadhana to Shuddha. Right? Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for the class, Mataji.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. I have to say, this is a relief for me because as announced, now all the sessions have been presented. Now there are no more obligations to do the sessions anymore. We can just do it whenever we want to do it. So that's a relief from my end at least. Okay, dear. I don't want to end with that word relief. I want to end with the word cherishment. I have cherished this sacred topic of Sharanagati. So I am very thankful to you all. Thank you. Thanks so much to you all. And I thank Srila Prabhupada, our Gurujana, for engaging me in the seva of you all for my own purification. Tathapi kirtayami anga yadamapim yadashrutam kirtim harim swam satkartum giram anya vidastim stitir seva gatiriyakana smrtishintam stutirvacha Pula sarvatmana vishnu vayutyam prachashta All right, dear devotees, we will pause here then. And in regards to the Sharanagati, during the bhajan, during the japa, it's actually an important topic because we do japa every day. How do we do japa? That is really important, right? Because we spend 2 hours every day with the japa. That's why I posted that video there. The recording, you may please watch it. Everything is described there in detail. And if you have any questions, then in the next session, when that happens, we can discuss about that topic. Does that sound okay to you? Shall we pause here, dear devotees? Anything